my pocket while the others roaming free. I'm not here to preach or knock it.
Welcome, this is DCC Productions, live from the Factory Gastropub, Gastropub on the Danforth. I'm the Moose, and today we're talking to Marlon Chaplin. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Let's start with gigs, because we saw you in Drake Underground, yeah, and also in Cherry Colas recently. But the Drake Underground was a lot of fun in its own right. I think Micronite Filters, I think, were in that
the
night.
Commoners.
And the Commoners, yeah. Well, if you've got to be with two bands, that's two pretty good bands to be around. Yeah.
And I got to play with the Commoners drummer now as well, Jeff.
Do you?
Yeah. We kind of connected that night.
Right.
For the first time, and now he's one of my drummers. So
well, that's
It
fantastic.
was a fruitful evening.
Well, and as was indeed the Cherry Colas event. Now, Cherry Colas obviously had a stay of execution at the end of last year and carries on now in its current format, you know, which is a delight. But it's a really personal venue. So, from a musician's point of view, I mean, when I say personal, I mean it's a relatively small gig to play in, yeah.
But one thing I like about Cherry Colas is something that I find a lot of venues overlook, which is the decor.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of venues that they're good and they have okay sound, but there's no real vibe to it. And Cherry Colas is like stands out as like the rock and roll, the last bastion of that kind of dangerous, sexy, slinky kind of rock and roll vibe, which I love.
It has all of those, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It really does.
And I think they've improved the sound system over the years as well, because I used to play there back in the day, and no disrespect, but the sound was always a little dodgy there. But the last few times I've played there, it's been fantastic. It felt really good. The sound and the lighting, I think, get undervalued in venues, particularly here in Toronto. And the problem is that what you see is, and this is just from a photography point of view, I see people only playing under red light, and that in many cases is the only light that's actually available. Yeah. There's a lot of red at Cherry Colas.
There's a lot of red on the walls at Cherry Colas. At
least, yeah.
But the lighting is good. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to pull anything out of that. So it's a good place to be.
It is.
In terms of like gigs coming up, I mean, you've got, I think we outlined, you got St. Catherine's coming up. Is that the Detour?
Yeah. And we have Hamilton at the Casbah.
Oh, Casbah, right.
On the 27th.
Okay, cool.
Which is going to be right in the middle of recording my next album.
Right, okay.
Because we have 4 days to record in September. We're going to be going from the studio straight to the gig, then straight back to the studio.
Well, it's interesting because Hamilton's got two vinyl presses now as well.
I didn't know they had two.
Yeah, they've got two different places, but in two places pressing vinyl.
Right.
And interestingly enough, Sony just recently, after 20 years of not pressing vinyl, has gone back to start doing it again. So I think if there wasn't a future, Sony wouldn't have been doing that.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see that the vinyl resurgence happen.
Yeah, no, I love it. Well, it's quality. At the end of the day, I'm sorry, but MP3s and CDs. I mean, I love the physicality. That's the other thing. All right, I'm just.
Well, I'm the same way, man, because it's similar to hearing a song come on that you love on the radio. You kind of have one shot. It's not like you're sitting at home with your iTunes and you can just play whatever song you want over and over again, or you can skip it after 2 seconds. If you're in a car listening to it and it comes on, it's like, oh shit, okay, we only have 2.5 minutes, turn it up, it feels better. Same thing with pulling out a piece of vinyl to me, because it's a bit more of a process, You go through your collection, you got to make sure that your choice is the right one, because there's a process to it. You just don't get that with digital,
No, I mean, even with CDs, if you're thinking about where you stream, and there's obviously lots of streaming. Spotify has its place. All the streaming has its place. Don't get me wrong, but that physicality, knowing you can actually look up and see who was on the album.
Oh, and
all the rest of it.
I love liner notes.
You got to.
I grew up on that kind of stuff. My dad's vinyl collection. I sit there with the White Album, pulling out all the individual Beatle photos, and like, oh, look at George. I've got that George photo from the original White Album pressing on my fridge right now.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
But yeah, there's a magic to it, man. There is magic, and it hasn't been lost. It's been proven.
Well, I think that not only that, obviously, in terms of return as well. I mean, what you're looking at in terms of getting back for streaming versus what you actually get back for, sale of vinyl or CDs. Then there's music has been sort of musicians have been sort of leeching money, for want of a better term, for years, and it's a tough place to be for anyone in the music industry.
Yeah, it's true.
But you know, the beauty of the vinyl piece is, as you say, it's the line of notes, it's the physicality of the whole thing, you know. And I pulled out an album a while ago, and my kids hadn't seen the album collection since we'd left the UK. And I was like, wow, look at the size of that CD, Dad. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be
black,
a bit. Yeah, you're going to have a bit of trouble getting this one on this one in the player, right? And also, don't try and put it in the CD player because it's just not going to work.
That's right. Or don't put the CD on the record player.
Oh no.
You know?
No. Let's not.
Austin Powers moment.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Indie Week. You're going to be at Indie Week as well.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah. Not only that, but Mobius, who I work with, will be putting on their own showcase as well. So we just did a show with the Nursery. Right. A great rock and roll band from Toronto. They're going to be on the bill with us. Right. And yeah, I'm stoked, man. It's going to be good.
That's quite phenomenal. I've got to say, I love Indie Week. It's that's one of my favourites.
Yeah, and Indie Week's been so good to me as well. Yeah. Yeah, they're stand-up guys.
Cool. Yeah. Excellent. New material. You're going to record in 4 days.
No,
I'm going to
record for 4 days.
For 4 days. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah,
that's okay. But it's imminent. Yeah, in a couple of weeks we're going into the studio.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a great studio called Lincoln County Social Club.
Right.
Shout out to them.
Okay.
I just recorded a single there.
Okay. Cool.
A little stripped down acoustic number that I'm going to put out at the end of the month. Right. On the 29th. So yeah, it's exciting, man. We're going to do it all live off the floor, which is how I did my last EP. Yep. But a new group of musicians this time, so it's going to be a bit of a different vibe.
I was going to say the difference in lineup between both from the Drake to Cherry Colas was you know, you could see some personnel changes in there as well.
Yeah. I think was it a 4-piece at the Drake? Yeah. So we've added a guitar player, and we have 2 different drummers now. Right.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Well, no, that's good. As I said, there is a collegiate piece about Toronto music as well. So everyone seems to either know someone or be playing with someone else at the end of the day.
A small community.
Yeah. We saw Tara Lightfoot in Young Dundas a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, cool.
And Jeff Heisholt was the keyboard player, and of course we've seen him play for Littlefoot, and obviously he plays with the Trews and the Mercenaries, and
he's amazing, man.
He's phenomenal.
I had an interesting conversation with him once at the Dakota, because he was playing with the Mercenaries there, and he just had the coolest keyboard rig. I think he had it was like a mix between a real piano and an organ or something. It was bizarre. And I was just asking him what it was, and I thought, man, if I played more keyboards in bands, I'd have a rig like that, you know.
Well, the last number that he and Tara Lightfoot did was a band tune. Yeah. It was just almost completely.
Well, that's right up his alley too.
Well, exactly. Yeah. And it was Jeff for about what seemed like about 10 minutes just on keys. Yeah. Before it really got into it.
Really?
And it was an amazing tune.
I guess.
But
what song was that?
I don't know, you know, and it really bugs me because I know this backwards, but I've forgotten it now.
Was it that one with the big Garth Hudson intro?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm blanking on the title right now. But
it's just amazing. You know, the whole thing was amazing.
I think he did that at the Dakota actually. With
did
the
he?
Mercenaries too.
Well, that was it just, as you say, just suits them down to the ground. But in terms of new release, you released the EP was Wanderer by Trade.
Wanderer by Trade. That's right.
That was May 2016. So you've been writing then since, because that Wanderer by Trade was 8 songs long. Was that right?
Sorry. Chest Fever is the song by the
Chest Fever, right? Thank you.
Not to put it up.
No, that's.
I thought I'm not going to let this one go.
No. I appreciate that. No, don't be sorry for anything ever.
Oh, nice. I like that.
No, that works.
Don't give me that much authority.
No. But I think Wanderer by Trade was 8 songs, if I remember.
6 songs.
6 songs. Yeah. Okay, which is still long for an EP. But you've been right. You've obviously you're going to fill out another
10 songs.
About 10 songs.
Yeah, so this will be a full length.
Cool, excellent, nice. No, that's good because, you know, we see lots of people only issuing EPs now, and it's been a constant conversation going on, you know, about how people record and push out.
Well, I grew up on albums, man, and it's still an important art form to me, and I don't think that it's an art form that has lost any validity either. It might not be popular to record a full length anymore and have people listen to it in sequence, but it's something that I'm not too concerned about myself because I make it because I love what I do.
Yeah.
And it's something that still holds weight to me. And, you know, if it moves me and it moves the band, there's still people out there that will be moved by it as well.
Well, the other thing is that, you know, the beauty of vinyl is you put an album on, you don't play one track and take it off, do you?
Well, that's
generally speaking, you let it run.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, whereas, you know, if you're streaming, or you know, you're running off an iPod somewhere along the line, you know, you're zipping in and out of that, and you're all over the place. You know, so while you've got that variety, the reality is that, you know, you get that chance to listen to the whole album one way or another, which is how we approach it. When we do album of the week, our album of the week is based on the fact that not because we saw one track and liked it,
right?
But we're indoctrinated.
You like the whole album.
Absolutely.
Well,
you know?
I'm making the record for people like you, basically.
Yeah, cool,
you know?
Excellent. No, that's brilliant.
And
we look forward to that. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, people like you, people like me.
Yeah,
we're still around.
Well, there's two of us at least.
It's enough for a party.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that works. That definitely
two
works.
guys and a record player.
Yeah,
that's all you need sometimes.
That could be a name of a song, couldn't it?
Or an album.
You never know. It might be. That might end up being the way. Well, look, let's move into the laughingly, jokingly now speed round of Dune.
Oh
piece.
yeah.
Yep. So let's thank you for that piece. So what we'll do is we'll run through this fairly quickly. You may have heard of some of these before. So there you go. So which pizza would most clearly describe your personality?
Oh yeah. Okay. So they don't change every time.
Not every time. It depends on how on how we go through it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. What pizza would I be?
Yeah.
Probably one with a lot of meat.
Yep.
Because you know, when I make music, I like it to have a lot of meat to it.
Fair enough. That works. That works. Okay. So in the other thing, right, Oasis or Blur?
That's a good question. Oasis.
Oasis. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's. I can't get behind that one. I think that was something that was drummed up for to sell records back in the day.
Well, New Musical Express they did have a lot of hatred, but New Musical Express managed to sort of
they kind of
build it.
Yeah, they poked the embers.
Absolutely.
They're very different bands, man. I'm a huge Damon Albarn fan, massive. Everything he's done from Blur to his solo stuff to Good, the Bad, and the Queen. I think that record is one of the greatest records of all time. Like one of the best records the average person has never heard of. So I love Damon Albarn, but my first big stadium show was Oasis on the Be Here Now tour.
Really? Oh, okay.
Blew my mind, man. I'd never been to anything like that before. And I think Noel Gallagher and Liam, is this PG?
No, it's not PG.
It's not PG?
We drink, we swear,
okay, great.
You go for it.
Well, I think, you know, they've made themselves easy targets over the years, and they've gotten shit on a lot.
Yep.
Same way that Kanye does. People, they just see the headlines and they see the sound bites, and it probably has diverted a lot of people from getting into their stuff. But when you get right down to it, Noel Gallagher is a very prolific, very good songwriter.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan.
I agree about the songwriting. I think he's one of the best songwriters we've seen in a very long time. And
I saw an interview with Damon Albarn a couple of years ago where the BBC asked him that. They said, you know, who's better, Blur or Oasis? And when he finally got around to answering it, he said Oasis were the better band. And he said because they had a better sense of themselves and who they were.
I think that's a very good point.
And I thought that was an interesting point.
Yeah, and that's an interesting
observation.
I know
this is a speed round. I rambled.
No. It's okay. That's good. We'll change a couple of these round a little bit. So we have a space program going to Mars. It's one way. I'm not saying you can't come back. I'm just saying it's unlikely, as there's no return ticket. You have to be able to put one of these celebrities on board. So there's going to be Van Morrison, Johnny Rotten, Bob Dylan, Sting, or Britney Spears.
Well, Britney Spears has kids, so I wouldn't put her on. But I'll put Sting on.
You put Sting on? Yeah. Okay.
He's
a very popular.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
I like everybody else.
I think. Well, I know. I just think everyone's paying for his ticket. You know?
Also, I don't know Sting's music super well.
No, that's all good.
That's my answer.
That's all good.
Yeah.
And we mentioned this one earlier on, but penguins or scorpions?
Scorpions, man, come on.
Scorpions, yeah, cool. That's good.
I just saw Queens of the Stone Age, you know.
Oh, did you?
Scorpions are a desert animal.
Oh, no, that works. Oh, yeah, they've.
I'm sick of winter, man. I don't want anything cold. Penguins.
Mocha Mackay also had a song about scorpions as well recently. Which vegetable best describes Toronto?
Oh man, that's bizarre. Probably a vegetable best describes Toronto. Yeah, it's hard to think of a town as a vegetable, but I think, yeah, I'll say what Jerry said, because I just watched that one. It's like a basket.
Right, okay.
And I kind of thought the same thing. It's a melting pot, right?
Yeah, I thought for a minute, we were going to say Toronto's a basket case. That's a different scenario.
And, that's not the only thing I've stolen from Jerry either.
No, okay, fine.
I stole a tuning trick of his as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Sort of, like a capo trick.
No, that's okay.
Sorry, Jerry.
Borrow. Just borrow on a permanent
Homage.
basis. Yeah,
Homage.
yeah. It's only respect at the end of the day. Right, maple syrup, overpriced or overrated?
Well, I went to a maple syrup plant, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah.
As a kid, and it looked like a lot of work. And it tastes really good. So I'm gonna say it's worth the bone.
It's worth it. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. No, that's good too.
And you can't beat real maple syrup.
I think it depends on the quality, if I'm honest. Yeah.
But like that Aunt Jemima shit.
Right, yeah.
I grew up on it. It's nostalgic, but it sucks.
Well, we're making beer at the moment, and we had to go out and get grade A maple syrup just because we wanted the beer to come out
maple
right.
Syrup, and
it's a maple stout.
That's cool.
Maple porter.
Nice.
Yeah.
You make beer?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Very cool.
We make it. Occasionally, we drink it.
I would hope so.
Yeah, we just throw it. No, we've got a small batch of
cool.
4 or 5 pints on the go at the moment.
That's
so it's well, it is. Yeah, we grow hops as well.
Fantastic.
So that's another thing we didn't normally do. It's a fight in the blue corner, silverback gorilla. In the red corner, 100 midgets with knives.
So what is a silverback gorilla?
Silverback gorilla is like a huge gorilla, and they do have a silver stripe down the middle of their back. Or a white stripe. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's badass. I'll go gorilla.
You're going to go gorilla, yeah. I always have the gorilla with a tree. Perhaps we should add tree in there.
With a tree?
Yeah, gorilla versus
a tree
gorilla.
As a weapon?
Yeah, as a weapon, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
How big is this gorilla?
Well, he's got to be huge.
Like King Kong?
Yeah.
Oh,
We will go wipe out.
How can you beat King Kong?
Midgets, knives, we need some. There you go. Okay, and this is a little bit. We introduced this one recently, and it's caused a bit of a stir with certain people. How do you describe yourself? High maintenance, low maintenance, or high maintenance but think you're low maintenance?
Probably the third one.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, fine, fair enough. No, that's
I've made peace with it.
Okay, it's important to know yourself, right? That's lovely. Okay, well, that's going to bring us to the end. Thank you very much indeed. First of all, thanks to Marlon. Details of Marlon's websites, etc., will all be in the credits as they roll through. Many thanks to Factory Girl and George for tolerating us once more.
Yeah.
And thank you to them for putting up with us moving all their furniture around. Subscribe to the YouTube link. Details of the DCC site are available on the YouTube link on this video. So until next time, thank you. Goodbye.